Why are you okay with Benjamin Netanyahu starving children? You have the floor.
I have no fucking idea, like, who Benjamin Netanyahu is. Like, I mean that.
That's how desperate they were to find a debater. This guy just said he doesn't know who Benjamin Netanyahu is, and he's there to debate Israel.
Screen, it's that guy.
That guy right
It's that
there.
guy
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
what I'm saying is, like, I had a show last night with, Sean Farrish. He's a
Yeah,
friend of
Sean's
ours.
great. One of
Sean's
the best
great.
Trump impersonators.
And I was like, hey, is Benjamin Netanyahu the president, or is he like the prime? Is like the prime like suspect? Like, I don't know what
Show
his
us. You don't have to
the
show the
king. He's
Benjamin
the king
Netanyahu.
of
We're
the
too
Jews.
small. Show us bigger. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like everybody thinks that I have this like I have this.
I know a lot of y'all are hearing this and saying, yeah, I don't want to watch a debate with a moron. Believe me, it's going to get fun, I think. I've seen a couple of Misfit Patriots debates. He's a buffoon. We're going to have some fun.
Loyalty to Israel, the country. I don't know. I don't even know how their government works. But what I do have is I have a deep-rooted loyalty to the Jewish people because I'm a Christian and I believe in what Genesis 12:1-3 said. So I don't give a shit about
And he ignores all the other Bible quotes because Andrew Wilson gave it to him a few months before this debate that contradicted exactly what he said he thought he got from Genesis. That's the buffoonery I'm talking about.
Israel is Canada to me. Like
You
doesn't-
care about Israel more than Canada. Okay, real quick. That answer, we're going to get deeper into it, but I don't even know if he answered anything. But Harrison,
Did his Bible say we have to support Canada too? I'm not aware of that passage.
what is your real gripes? Are you an anti-Semitic asshole? You know what I mean? But where do you fall? I mean that, I don't think you're actually anti-Semitic, but you know what I mean? Why is it that you're an anti-Semite if you don't agree with Israel's occupation of the Gaza Strip?
Why are you an anti-Semite if you don't agree with Israel's?
You know what I mean? Whatever. Why
Yeah,
are you
well,
why are you an anti-Semite if you talk against it?
Because there's no actual arguments on that side, so that they gotta call you names. I mean, this is kind of funny. It's like I'm pretty sure this debate is already over. I'm pretty sure. I do
too.
I'm genuinely confused as to who actually still supports Israel at this point. Everybody I knew at the beginning of the conflict that was pro-Israel at this point is like, gee, I don't know if I can come along with this anymore. I mean, it's gotten so insane. So I've not been a big fan of Israel for a very long time because one of my good friends in middle school was Lebanese, and I got the whole backstory of everything that's happened in the last couple decades. Never been a big fan. I think the way they treat the Gazans is absolutely deplorable, way before October 7th or the several decades before that. And I think when you look at Gaza, what you're looking at is sort of the first rollout prototype of the world's first 15-minute city, right? You've got gates, you've got you can't leave your neighborhood without permission.
Open air prison.
Yeah, sort of an open air prison situation. So as somebody who's completely opposed to tyranny and oppression, that's I'm not in favor of the tyrants and the oppressors.
Okay, but Misfit, to what he said, though, and I think we said this earlier, I think Harrison is right in that Israel is losing the propaganda war, right? I mean, you'd have to admit that. And what do you say to that? Because I even think Benjamin Netanyahu is on record saying they're losing the propaganda war.
Well, how would they not? I mean, there's 2 billion Muslims versus 16 million Jews. It's 125 to 1. So if you're talking about a propaganda war, then the information is going to be 125 times more accelerated on the pro-Gaza side, pro-Palestine.
It would be if Muslims owned our media. I'm not saying who does own it, because you get a strike for that. But I am saying I don't think Muslims own a lot of TV networks or news networks. I kind of feel like maybe that's some other people.
Side, because you're going to have the Muslims. You're also going to have useful idiots that will parrot these talking points. So as far as the propaganda war, yeah, they're winning, but who cares on whether or not they take out every man, woman, child in there. And
so if they don't murder 100% of everyone who lives there, it's not a genocide. That's the argument this moron just came up with.
I think that people need to understand that they've dropped more bombs than civilians have been.
Right. So they have nukes. So technically they can't commit genocide. They could just blow up everybody they want. And, if they don't, then it's not a genocide. Like, they can do whatever they want, but it's not a genocide because they have nuclear bombs and they could kill everyone.
Killed. They've given vaccines to the
Well,
Gaza.
that probably killed more people. That doesn't help out. That was kind of weird. That's another, but real quick, but the fact that you said that,
Fair enough.
that was very weird that they paused the ceasefire. They did a ceasefire, and the one thing that Israel let them in was the polio vaccine. I mean, I'm sure that would be real good. Give me that Israeli polio vaccine. I'm sure that's really going to help those Gaza children.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
I trust it.
Maybe that's how they're going to sneakily take them out. But what I'm saying is when I
First, my pager's blowing up. Now my vaccine's blowing up.
I have myocarditis.
Yeah. And the vaccine is safe and effective for YouTube. It's very safe and effective. We encourage everybody to get it. Anthony Fauci is awesome. Okay, but what were you saying?
What I'm saying is, you don't drop leaflets and tell people to get the fuck out of the area that you're about to bomb. You don't, give vaccines to children. You don't bring in.
I think you would do the pamphlet thing if it was just about ethnic cleansing. You were just going to get rid of everybody anyway, so you could take it over. I think it would be like a really good idea if you just want to make sure that building gets blown up so that, people have to leave because there's no hospital now. I think it's a really good idea to do that. That kind of almost aligns with everything we're seeing now, where it was just ethnic cleansing, like everyone was saying.
In aid, whether or not you think the aid is coming in or not, there is aid that has come in from Israel to people. Like I call it the send snacks policy.
It's funny. One of Netanyahu's warrants is for starvation. So I guess the people in charge maybe feel a little different than this guy.
Of war, and I the way that I put it was, if Mexico came in to America, like to Texas, and did Hamas did, right? Let's say they raped and murdered 1,200 people, filmed it, put it on Telegram, and was like, yay, right? And then, I don't know, like a year later, we were sending them snacks. I'd be like, I would lead a charge to overthrow my own government, where I would be like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, I mean, my cousin was fucking beheaded, and you're gonna send them Cheez-Its? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I get the comparison, but I guess my question to you, Harrison, is it a genocide in your opinion?
I would definitely categorize it as genocide. I think it fits in any definition of that. But let's just rewind back for a second.
Okay, let's rewind back. Let's let Harrison have the floor.
Intentionally trying to destroy the native population of a particular area, ethnocide, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think the conditions being imposed are clearly designed to bring about the most amount of death possible. And obviously they have plans to, deport them to South Sudan or wherever the hell else.
Which is ethnic cleansing, yes.
If you're going to talk about genocide, I can't think of another conflict almost in world history that fulfills it as much or more than what we're seeing now. But let's just rewind for a second, and can we talk about the propaganda war for a second?
Yeah.
Because to be honest, the amount of Muslims in the world, that's your answer. I mean, clearly. That's
not a crazy answer, though, is it? I mean, I kind of learned something from that.
Pretty crazy.
Well, I'm just saying there are more Muslims than Jews.
Strength in numbers is an actual statistic.
I'm not even calling them wrong, but I'm saying that kind of makes sense a little bit. You don't think that?
Well, if that was the case, then they would always be losing the propaganda war. But clearly, they had a lot better propaganda state.
There's also a lot more garbage men than there are CEOs of a network television series, like a network television channel. Like, so by that logic, wouldn't the garbage men have a lot more power than CEOs of CNN? I don't think so.
Status in the early parts of the war, and it's declined ever since because of the actions of the Israelis. So,
but real quick though, not to even argue in your favor, Zach, though, but have you seen on TikTok they kind of rate TikTok content? Have you seen that it's like 84% pro-Palestine on TikTok, the content? So like, you know what I mean? There are probably more people.
Not now that ownership has changed hands.
That are pro-Palestine. I didn't think that. I'm just saying mathematically, numbers-wise, I wouldn't have thought that.
It's a simple thing of statistics, right? Like,
well, it's more than just statistics.
No, think about it. Think about it like this, right? You get debates that happen on YouTube and whatever between somebody who's got 800,000 followers versus somebody who's got 10,000 followers, and then no matter what happens, no matter how good of an argument that the person who has 10,000 followers makes, the person with 800,000 followers is going to win the argument because it's a popularity contest. It's a strength in numbers thing.
Well, kind of not really, because Nick Fuentes has ratioed Elon Musk multiple times. But
and I guess it depends on whether you're talking about worldwide or in America. I mean, I'm talking about in America, they're losing the propaganda war, where it does matter, because if they lose support from America, then that's basically it for Israel, because they depend entirely on us for their existence. So
they're not, though.
They aren't what?
They aren't losing support. They're losing support on Twitter. It's not in real America.
No, I think it's in real America. I think they are losing support. I mean, why else would they be panicking? I mean, they're the
Oh, well, he brought evidence at least. He don't think so. I don't think so. Well, I think so.
ones saying this. I
Why were
think
they
Alex,
panicking?
Alex said, Benjamin Netanyahu said, we're losing the propaganda
did
war. I
say
mean,
that. He's on
they're
record
acknowledging
saying
it.
that.
And at the same time, I personally wouldn't be as vociferously anti-Israel as I am right now if the behavior of Israel was different. So I think even to say like, well, this category of people has more people in it, therefore that's why they're losing the propaganda war. I don't think the people of America choose things always on the status of identity. I think it's the actions of the Israelis that people are outraged and horrified by. And so, I mean, they're trying to get rid of TikTok for that exact reason, which, also points to the control that they have over our Congress, that they were able to get that through so quickly when they tried, the previous Trump administration, and went absolutely nowhere. But when Israel wants TikTok on, it's gone immediately. And that's because of the anti-Semitism, so-called, on TikTok, which is it just means it doesn't already have a ADL censor sitting on the board.
So here
Go ahead.
3
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
right? I am a Christian. I believe in Christianity, right? If you hold me to the standard of every priest that fucked an altar boy, then I would be a devil. And that's what you're doing with the Jews.
Yeah, but to be fair, they actually say that those numbers are, artificially inflated when it comes to how many priests are actually sleeping. Like, it does happen, but everybody.
Even if it's one.
That's
All
true.
right,
It's
but
so
go ahead.
bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, that just has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. Nobody's demonized the Jews. And I mean, I guess what you have is to question the motive behind people caring about things, but that doesn't actually mean that the thing they care about isn't real or actually happening. And it's just sort of just I don't know if it's a false equivalency or what, that, you say, well, you don't care as much about this as you do about this. It doesn't mean that this thing is therefore good somehow. No, it's still bad. It's bad. And you can say, well, this thing happens too, but that doesn't mean that the first thing isn't happening. So, and obviously, Israel has an incredibly outsized influence in our government. It is almost entirely a negative influence. The whole idea that Israel buys things from us and somehow that's like generous to us or something. That's like me saying, I'm going to give you $30,000 and you're going to buy my car from me. All
like
that
it.
means
It's
is
a
that I've
gift
given you a
card.
car. That doesn't mean anything. So, I mean, it's all these little.
And we can hyperfixate on it, but do you know how big the Israeli government is?
Not very.
I saw you say like 4 people or something.
No, I didn't say 4.
I thought you did.
No, I said there are 34 people in the cabinet
34.
and 120 in the government. There are
Yeah.
18,000 in our government, right? So what I'm asking you is, are you coming at this anti-Israel perspective from solely we don't like the Israeli government?
Yeah, that was a good point. They have a lot less people, so we have to give them billions of dollars every year for bombs so they can go blow up brown people. What?
Like, if that's your case, I will listen to it and I will
Papua New Guinea doesn't have a big government either. Should we give them billions of dollars too?
respect your opinion. But I will be able to pick it apart in 30 fucking seconds, because the argument that I think that you might have is that 120 people in the Israeli government, right, with the Knesset and the cabinet, are somehow controlling our country, which has 537 federal employees, 18,000 state employees, and your argument.
I know. Again, this doesn't make any.
Yeah, but they only have to bribe the ones at the top. They don't have to bribe everyone in our government, just the people that make the decisions.
That argument doesn't make any sense, though.
does.
No. Well, first of all, a lot of the Israeli supporters that support Israel and advocate for
That's not the government.
pro-Israel projects. No, but that's the method by which they control the
That's
the
not
Congress.
the government.
That's fine. But I mean, that's also just a very silly thing to say. I mean, well, I don't know. How does Elon Musk control SpaceX? He's just one guy. It's like, yeah, you have.
No, Elon Musk has thousands of employees, right? And SpaceX is limited to its limitations, right?
Well, how many people are in Israel?
Are you saying that Elon Musk controls the world?
Do you think Qatar has more influence than Israel?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
They've given $200 billion to our institutions over the past 20 years.
Well,
How many wars did they get us to start? I can name quite a few that other country got us to start. Qatar has never gotten us to fight any of their wars, ever.
say you should go and watch Leather Apron Club on YouTube, because he just came out with a Qatar video that really debunks all of that. So
Does it?
Yeah. No, very thoroughly. It's actually very good.
Are you
Well,
saying that
Qatar is
hold on.
corrupt. To be fair, though, Qatar did, like when they had the FIFA, they were like using slaves. And stuff.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
using
you know,
slaves. No, but the idea
Are
that
you saying- hold on,
the
but
idea
my
that Qatar
question
has
is,
an out.
Are you
the
saying
idea-
that Qatar does not try to influence?
Oh wait, shout out Mark Dice, guys. We love Mark Dice. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Mark Dice. He's in the
God
chat.
bless
You guys-
Mark
Mark
Dice.
Dice got one of the best channels.
I think the claim that Qatar has more influence in America than Israel is laughable and absurd, and I think anybody who's honest recognizes that. And I mean, you can say that
they are
influence-
trying though, Harrison, with the plane though. They're trying to get a little more influence. I mean, you know,
yeah, probably. But the idea that like we are like influenced by Qatar, we're all like Qatari agents. I mean, this
fight
is
your own
desperation. This is
I
desperation.
do agree with Harrison that
It's
Israel
absurd.
obviously has a bigger
ridiculous.
influence.
Well, okay,
you
but
know.
bigger. All right, fine. Let's
Okay,
give
all right.
you that bigger.
all right.
But are you saying that Qatar does not have an influence?
I think they do.
Well, I mean, no, not to any significant degree whatsoever.
No
So-
degree. So $200 billion in our institutions, and then when we get into October 7th, we see all of our institutions of colleges get into these protests that Alex has been to.
What are the
Cam Higby has
what are
been
the
to.
colleges doing?
Right. I mean, they're
It's
literally
They're limiting free
They are
speech. I don't
literally
agree with that.
they are literally
No.
they are stopping kids from going to class. They are violently assaulting people. They are barricading themselves in. It looks like a freaking BLM protest in 2020. Except you're not tough enough to actually do shit. But
And
either
you
way,
think that's
you're telling me
Qatar
you're-
doing that? No, okay,
well,
all right.
I'm saying,
The
I'm saying
vast-
use common sense, critical thinking, deductive reasoning, and say, okay, this institution that these people are actually going to has been funded by the people that they are supporting. It's not that hard to figure out. This isn't a big jump.
Okay, well, I mean, I could make that exact argument for Israel, and it'd be way
And I would
stronger.
too, and I'm not
just
I'm
let
not
me
upset
finish
about
the
it.
sentence.
Sorry.
Qatar, the vast majority of that money is about actually building colleges
I
in
don't
Qatar.
fucking care. I'm sorry.
They build like satellite campuses in Qatar of these universities. So that money isn't going to universities in America. It's being used to build campuses in Qatar. I mean, it's just
So
look.
you're saying that Qatar sends us
This
money
is-
so they can build campuses on their land?
They don't send us money. They
Yes,
use
they do.
they use money to build the campuses. Like
What are they doing with
Okay,
Texas
okay,
University?
I know.
Texas A&M is building. But the point is, I mean, again, this is just an absurd point to make because just anybody looking around knows that Qatar is not the one, funding the vast majority of whatever, media outlets or
Do you
anything.
think that
moral
Islam-
argument.
Yes. It is immoral to kill children and innocent people.
No,
That is my
it
moral
is,
stance.
It is. It's
Yeah,
100%. All
I
right.
agree.
How much of your I want to like if you were to guess right now, if I were to look at your Twitter page, how many times have you mentioned the children in the Sudan under the same
Yeah.
time period? Hold on, no, don't interrupt. Under the same time period, right? I'm talking 2023 to now, right? Do you know how many children have been killed in the Sudan?
Again, it doesn't.
Hold on, no. It's an actual question.
It actually has nothing to do with what's going on.
460,000.
Okay, it has nothing to do with the top.
Do y'all see the smoke and mirrors here? Yes, people died in Somalia too. So fucking what? People die in Sudan. We're not financing it. We're not sending them bombs to do it. That's the fucking difference. We are paying to kill those people that have nothing to do with us.
Topic we're talking about, which is
No, but what
Israel
I'm
killing
saying
children.
is I'm pointing out your hypocrisy.
No, you're not
my
pointing out
God.
You have
hypocrisy.
a
There's no
moral
hypocrisy there.
argument. You are
It's hypocritical to point out the war criminals whenever other people have bad shit going on too. You can't point out the war criminals because there's slavery in this other country. That's his argument. Tell me if you think it makes sense.
you are hyperfixating on the thing that's popular.
On the major conflict that's been going on for
It's
a year and a
major,
half.
It's a
that-
pretty major thing when fucking 500,000, 500,000 kids die.
Okay,
in
did
the
we
Sudan
provide the
because
bombs
of,
for those
because
children?
of Allahu
We-
Akbar.
Did we provide the bombs for those children? Do we threaten to invade The Hague because
Why
the
does that
ICC?
matter?
Because
Does it make the
America
children
is
less
complicit.
dead?
Because
Does it
America
make-
is
does it make
complicit
the
in it.
children less dead?
See, it's just you're completely trying to distract. The point is, they're killing children and
So are you
innocent
going
civilians
from
in
a
Gaza
moral
right
argument,
now.
or are you going from a political argument where we pay
Okay,
for dead
this is-
children?
The arguments overlap. He's doing.
But
political and moral.
this is okay. What you're doing is if I say, hey, Ted Bundy killed a bunch of people, and you're like, well, but you don't care about the BTS killer. He killed a bunch of people too. It doesn't matter.
I'm asking what your
We're talking
motive.
about
I'm asking what
this
the
set of murder.
motivation is for your point.
Okay. The motivation is that I don't want America to be complicit and beholden to a murderous genocidal state in Israel
that's a
killing and
political
starving children because I'm against the killing and starving of innocent people and
First of
children.
all, we're not
I'm
doing
against
that.
collective punishment. I'm against wars being manufactured for land grabs. I'm against the greater Israel project. I'm against being Israel's
Are you a
bitch.
Christian?
Yes.
Real quick, I want to
Why are,
pause
you,
it.
why are you against the Greater Israel Project?
Why am I against the Greater Israel project as a Christian?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Did God not promise the land to the people from the Euphrates to the sea? Like, I'm just asking seriously.
No, I do not believe the modern Jews have a God-given right to everywhere in the Bible they could possibly be.
I'm not talking about the modern Jews. I'm talking about the people that were.
Okay, I'm talking about the modern Jews.
So there's a difference between the modern. So the people that practice the Abrahamic covenant are different than the people that are in Israel. How many? What percentage of people in
I'm saying
Israel
that
do you think are true Jews?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't like Israel killing children. I mean,
Okay, yeah.